We'd like to welcome Grace Singh and Samuel John to the stage to talk to us about civic engagement and advocacy.
Hi. All right, so for those that don't know, my name is Samuel Johns. I am from Copper Center in Arctic Village. My mom's from Arctic Village, my dad's from Copper Center.
Hello, my name is Grace. I'm a Stevens Village tribal member from Fairbanks, and now I live in Anchorage to help start a new Native movement, a new political movement just for Natives.
Who wants to create advocacy for our traditional ways of life?
So advocacy for our traditional ways of life is insisting that the laws, regulations, and policies allows for our traditional ways of life, that it allows for our native foods to be even at the table. We didn't always have those rights, and we had to fight for them. Last year, I had a Southeast hunter come to our office to talk about how he was cited while he harvested a moose for potlatch with a traditional use tag. The law enforcement officer said that he wasn't in traditional territory. Let's be real. All of Alaska is Alaska Native traditional territories.
Woo!
And we need to unite together to stand for those traditional values.
Yesterday, we had our first Honoring Our Mothers gathering. And who all was there? Who all got to come? All right, well, it was beautiful. It was a very beautiful, potluck, seeing everybody come together, seeing the women kick back and relax, and all the men doing everything. You know, I actually seen a young girl sitting down, and some random dude walked by, and she was like, "Hey, can you get me a water?" Yeah. And he was just standing there like, "Sure." And he went and got her a water, but I was like, man, this is what it's all about. One of the women that I looked up to growing up was a woman named Katie John. Katie John, yeah. Go ahead, one time for Katie John. So I grew up in Otna. I grew up in Copper Center in the Otna country. So I grew up knowing who Katie John is or was, and she did a lot. She did a lot for our people, and I never thought I'd ever see an elderly woman stand up like that. She stood up for our water rights. She made sure that our salmon was protected. She made sure that we were able to continue on with our traditional values, and that's one thing that she deeply inspired me by those actions.
And I never thought an elderly woman would be arrested at her fish camp for practicing the same practices we have been practicing for tens of thousands of years. She was a grandma, and she was arrested. And we need to honor her and our other ancestors and stand together so we can continue this fight.
So who wants to see change in your community? Raise your hands if you want to see safer villages.
It's just a matter of us standing together. If each one of us in this room, there's a ton of people here, if we all were dedicated to the cause and organized our friends and families, we would have so much voting power. The Alaska Native vote is powerful. Say it with me. We are powerful. Every single government in Alaska should be valuing our traditional ways of life when they make law. And that's not just during elections. Laws and policies are made every year. We all have the opportunity to discuss laws during session. We have the opportunity to testify for Fish and Game. We need to identify the areas where we are underrepresented in order to fight together.
You know, way back in 2008, that's when I first got into politics. I didn't really care about it until I saw Obama running for presidency. And when I saw this man running for presidency, when I saw his slogan, "Hope," in a way it kind of gave me hope, because I saw somebody that that was different, like me, that was running for presidency and had an actual chance to win it. And when I saw this, it just really inspired me, thinking that maybe I can make a difference too. And that's one of the things that I remember is when back in '08 when he became the president. It was a major. It brought a lot of hope to me, and I know it brought a lot of hope to a lot of other indigenous people, because it's the first time we ever seen a black man become president. And that's when I knew that I had to get involved. That's when I knew that I needed to know more. I needed to learn more about politics, because the one thing that's a little shocking about all that is, how many of y'all remember when Obama came up here? Yeah, Obama came up here. That was amazing. He got to dance with Yupik kids. He learned to dance and danced and learned. All right, now, we desperately need to learn more about politics. The youth need to be more engaged, because, yes, the youth do, because honestly, it was amazing having Obama come up here. But realistically, we became a state in 1959. A sitting president never came up here and acknowledged us until 2015. I think it's time for all of us to be more engaged. There was 11 presidents went by. On the 11th president of sitting president finally came up here and acknowledged us. It is important for us to all be engaged. It's important for us to all vote, because if we want to be acknowledged, if we want our traditional values to be highlighted the way they were during Obama's presidency, then we have to be engaged. We have to vote.
Another exciting time for Alaska Native policies was during the 2014 campaign with the Lieutenant Governor Byron Mallott running for such high office in the state administration. We were all excited, and since then, I've been in the room when Byron Mallott is holding the administration accountable to our indigenous values, and it was beautiful. Because winning an election just begins the fight. It's a fight every day to ensure that our indigenous values are respected. And this picture is from Sam, who went and saw the lieutenant governor meet President Obama.
Oh my God, yeah. So y'all know Lieutenant Governor Byron Mallott is a very humble man. You say thank you for something, he's like, oh no, but back in 2015 when Obama came up here, oh my God, it's a memory you'll never forget. We're all waiting, big group of us were waiting, us civilians, were waiting to wave at the president as he got off Air Force One. And all of the politicians were lined up like that. And right when Obama stepped foot on Alaska, the first person he got to greet was this Tlingit man, Lieutenant Governor Byron Mallott. And it was such a beautiful thing to see. But in all of that madness, he had time to flaunt his regalia. And it was so beautiful because Obama stepped off, and I remember watching him, and he was all like, yeah, check it out. And Obama's like, yeah. No, it wasn't really, I was a little over-exaggerated, but you have it?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, look at that. Look, he's flaunting that.
And
See,
to see our culture highlighted on such high levels of government was inspiring, right? To hear Sam's story about when he first got woke, got involved and warriored up, it's inspiring. Our two co-MCs, they didn't want to brag on themselves, but Ben and Michiana are the fiercest of advocates, and they are a benefit to their region. They are the future of their regions, and all of you here, you're also the future. We can have any policy we want in Alaska if we all stand together. When I first got involved, it was also in 2008, but for slightly different reasons. It was a few years after the king salmon disaster on the Yukon River, and the lack of political response to such an important resource was unacceptable to me. It was obvious that the managers and the administration did not value our traditional resources and did not value how crucial it was to our way of life. And I wasn't gonna stand for that. So we got organized in the interior. It was up to Yukon River tribes and fishermen who stood together and didn't fish for a couple years to ensure the salmon numbers were restored. And they were. And that's our success as Indigenous people. So I know it's difficult to know who to vote for. In this day and age of polarized politics, Republican versus Democrat, Trump versus America. But at Native Peoples Action, we will sift through all of the mainstream media and provide you the information that's relevant to Indigenous values in Alaska. And that's not going to be partisan. Our Indigenous values don't fit into this party politics. And when our Indigenous values are instilled in all levels of government, it will be a benefit for all of Alaska because we all deserve sustainable structures of government.
Who's ready to make change?
Who's ready to elect the first Native governor?
Who's ready to elect the first first Alaskan Native U.S. Senator?
Who's going to demand safe communities for our children in rural and urban Alaska?
All right, I'm going to ask you guys all right now. Stand up if you can. Just stand up. All right, now I want y'all to raise your fist. All right. All right, now we're gonna stand together. All right, we're gonna be more engaged. We're gonna be engaged with the politics. We need to be more engaged. And I think right now, all of us standing together right now, we can do this together. Now it's time for us to warrior up together, to get our kids engaged, to let our kids know the importance of voting. And right now, I just want to say thank you all y'all for standing up with us. And it's time for us to warrior up. Who's ready to make change?
We are.
Who is going to fight for our ways of life?
We are.
Who is going to demand public safety?
We are.
Who is ready to stand together to make change?
We are.
We are.
You can find more information about Native Peoples Action online, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you.
All right.